Hi friends, in Planet Earth Dating, it's Saturday, October 10th, 2015. Ra here in the Lynn-Body-Mind, Black Wolf in the Jamie-Body-Mind, other teammates in other aspects of the physical dimension, all of us in the physical dimension and in the subatomic from the perspective of the spirit world viewers.
That's true.
Our assignments this morning so far have centered on using our own energy for the work that is needed and not accruing any more obligation to our physical dimension hosts.
That's true.
In these lives, in the level of the transport portal, who is a physical dimension presence, in the level of the end of the line outpost, who is a physical dimension presence, in the level of below end of the line outpost, those training facilities, that is a physical dimension presence.
That's true.
And presumably in the projects as well. I'm not as clear on that, and that's not the topic. The topic is in the Search for Truth Pillar, which is an educational facility, that it's up to us, the students, to keep it clean and to use our own energy to do so.
That's
As
true.
always, the foundational assignment is to do what is ours to do right now, to manifest the divine plan in all dimensions, and the data clearly shows what's needed is to provide a collective restart. And with that, it begins. My attention is brought, Black Wolf, to the intention that you set this morning for our run.
That's true.
Is to begin with healing the ambient error patterns of the lives.
That's
for
true.
once, to not begin with the focus on us.
That's true.
For once, to actually intend to fulfill the assignment of a soul and a body,
That's
which
true.
is to support the life in fulfilling his or her destiny.
That's true.
What we can do is ask to be shown out of all these physical presences that are now members of the Search for Truth Pillar at various sizes of the subatomic.
Yes.
Where is our attention supposed to be focused? It's possible it isn't here. It's possible it's, for example, at the transport portal. It could be at
That's
below
true.
the end of the line outpost. There's a place that's taken an awful lot of abuse and
That's
gets
true.
no thanks.
That's true. It hadn't even occurred to me that it could be at the other levels of the Search for Truth Pillar, and I realize now how crazy that is. Physical dimension presences all up and down.
I'd say game theory says it's below the end of the line outpost. That's the place that's getting just abused to the
Slammed.
point that it seems possible we may need to close the educational facility to new students.
That's
because
true.
there's some kind of student culture that's developed down there that says it's cool to treat the
Trash it.
facilities
That's
totally disrespectfully,
That's true.
and that it's uncool to clean up.
That's true.
Well, that's short-term thinking, because this is an all-volunteer organization, and we're going to have to close that facility if it continues.
That's true.
Let's see what we can discern. What kind of life form is that presence below the end of the line outpost?
It doesn't feel very mobile.
It feels really sad.
Very sad.
Not a surprise the way it's been treated.
That's true. And soft, not hard.
Oh my goodness. My story is it's something that would be defined as a nature realms presence.
Yes, it is. That's definitely true.
Oh my goodness. Pan, can you see this? Can you see this area where you've been assigned to get the vortices started and you continue to avoid committing to that? It's a nature realms presence. This is a nature realms presence.
Yes, that's true.
Something soft, maybe like a sea creature, like a sea anemone or something like that.
That could be some kind of sea creature
Very soft, that moves in the flow of
the
current,
waves. That's true.
but doesn't itself have the ability to move.
That's true.
Oh my goodness. Pan, can you see that?
Yeah, I think he's nodding.
I think he's nodding, and it never occurred to him.
That was the physical presence he was working inside of.
Right.
That's true.
I think he sees it differently now.
That's
Says,
true.
Oh my goodness, I've been such an idiot.
That's
yes,
true.
well, that's true.
saying, I'm committed to the nature realms, I'm committed to the nature realms, so I'm not committed to this project. And this project is inside of a nature realm's presence.
At that subatomic level of experience.
That's actually funny.
It would be funny if you weren't that poor sea anemone.
That's true.
It's not funny to her.
That's true.
She doesn't find it amusing at all.
No.
It's so hurtful. She's so sad.
That's true. Heartbreaking.
Heartbreaking.
It's like God showed up and
uses her for target practice.
Yeah.
That is it. Wow. We got some cleaning up to do.
That's true.
Okay, let's check. Where else? How about the end of the line outpost?
Yeah.
Single-celled organism, but it doesn't feel in good shape.
No, it's leaning on one side, and there are holes, shabby.
I was saying, should we attempt to locate another organism at this level who would be willing to serve as a vessel? And the wiser minds above said, you're joking, right? And I said, what do you mean by that? And they said, well, if you attempt to recruit a second person, they're going to say, what happened to the first one?
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
And this is what you have to show for yourself? That's not going to work very well.
That's true.
And that's a good point. I see that.
So to care for the first one.
How do you classify single-celled organisms? Do you classify them as nature realms presences? Just curious, just asking.
Yes.
You do? Ah. What is your perception of the end of the line outpost life form?
It's in really terrible condition.
Right. And now, have you been aware? We've been aware that this is a single-celled life form. We've said this for months.
That's true. I think I've been aware of this.
Right.
Ah, it's true. So
where's the disconnect?
Yeah, that's totally hypocritical of me.
Right. Totally
That's
hypocritical.
To not care for it, even though it's one of my own, while saying that I'm caring for my own.
Right.
Oh, man.
What now?
What now?
So, Pan, this is on you, man. We're not allowed to use the energy of this session for this.
That's true.
Your account is overdrawn.
That's true.
To the point that you're over your credit limit. My account is overdrawn. All of our accounts are overdrawn. We're all in the red.
That's true.
We're aware of that. We've been using the energy of the physical presences to accomplish our soul plans, and we didn't know it at first, and we've become aware of it, and we're accepting it in gradual stages, basically, all the implications of this. And now we come to see that we're over our credit limits in many cases, and that's not okay.
No, that's not okay.
And so to use our own energy to make it right.
That's true.
Not the energy of the life form. And this poor end of the line outpost, it's almost done for unless it gets some assistance.
If a single-celled organism could stagger, it would be staggering.
Now we have a bug crawling on this life form here, which is a message for you, Pan.
That's true.
So I think the message is all up and down the pillars. In fact, since they're all living presences, so far none of them are machinery.
That's true.
All of these would be categorized
as nature realms presences.
That's true. And we have made repeated calls and held repeated classes for nature realms bouncers and nature realms rescuers. We've not had any nature realms cleaners.
That's true.
But given how the bouncers come and go and the rescuers don't do anything,
that's true.
What's the point in leading classes on nature realms cleaning?
That's true.
But feel free for you could do it.
That's true.
Maybe if you actually set a good example, you'd be able to get something going here.
Oh, that's true. Calling yourself a leader and setting a bad example.
Well, you know, who among us doesn't fall into this pattern?
That's where I was going.
Me too.
I've done that.
Right?
That's true.
This is all of us. We look up this definition, and there are our photos.
That's true.
Group shot, gangs all here.
That's true.
This is us. All right, let's correct this error of setting incredibly bad examples. What would a pattern of setting a bad example be? It might be a pattern of hypocrisy.
It could be hypocrisy.
Saying one thing and doing another.
That's true.
That's setting a bad example.
That's true.
Yes. Hypocrisy. So clearing hypocrisy.
Clearing hypocrisy.
Let's see if there's anything to be done at the level of the transport portal.
Transport portal is sad.
Very sad.
And,
like sadder and wiser.
That's true. And disappointed.
Disappointed. But it's better to know, that's the feeling is, well, this at least explains it.
That's true.
I've known all this, I just didn't have the words for it.
That's true.
And it's as if Betty Jean has been telling the transport portal the truth.
That's true.
About what's going on, and the transport portal has said, well, this explains it.
That's true.
It's inconvenient news, and I wish it were different, but it does explain it.
That's true. There is something that came up on our run this morning about debt, national debt, and Japan's national debt versus the United States national debt, and the level of denial in the culture in Japan versus the level of denial in the culture of the United States of America, both of which are so high that it seems almost impossible to survive in it.
Maybe this somehow ties in. My attention is being brought to these trees who are refusing to help themselves.
Yes, that's true.
And to Ollie, who's putting a lot of energy into trying to get people to open doors for him rather than just going through a doggy door.
That's true.
Refusing to help ourselves in a way that makes no sense.
That's true.
Denial. Denial of responsibility.
That's it.
That's it. Denial of responsibility. So we see it in the U.S.
That's true.
We see it in Japan.
That's true.
We see it in the oak trees.
That's true.
We see it in a dog.
That's true.
We see it in Pan.
That's true.
We see it in all of us. Well, I don't see it in me, but I can feel it in me. I can feel it in me.
That's true. That's more accurate.
Yeah, I can feel it in myself. Well, let's see if we can remove it.
To remove denial of responsibility.
No one else is going to solve this problem. If someone else were going to solve it, they would have already solved it. This is for us to do over and over again in room after room. This statement has been made. Friends, this is for us to do. No one else is going to solve this problem. It is for us to do. We can do it. We were born for this. Now let's do it.
It's true. I'm seeing again those cows that we ran past this morning, who had the past lives right at the edge of their consciousness of being bison in the American West.
They remember it.
They remember it.
Messages about bison and cattle. That's a Nature Realms message, right?
That's true.
Message for you, Pan. Over and over again, this keeps coming up, is that these bodies are getting good at spotting messages.
That's true.
And those messages pretty much consistently are for us, the spirit presences, the souls. True. And we have been sitting back, putting up our feet and saying to the bodies, now decipher the message for me.
Figure it out, and when you have it, you let me know.
Right.
That's true.
Well, in various and sundry ways. Sometimes we couch it as a learning experience.
That's true.
But then the bodies are learning and we aren't developing the skill. And we've been just overwhelmed by a flood of Nature Realms messages this past several weeks.
That's true.
And the flood is not abating. Game theory would say, Pan, it's time for you to do something about it. So what else I notice is that at this level, Earth and its environs, we have two humanoid presences as the host presences. The next subatomic level, smaller, the transport portal is a humanoid presence. And while all three of them are in kind of abused shape, they're better off than those that are solidly nature realms presences.
Way
that
better
single-celled organism and that sea anemone are really in bad shape. Really bad shape. I'd say play passes to the nature realms. We'll see what they do.
That's true.
How Pan looks is, now that he's suddenly not denying that these messages are for him, it's kind of like he looks at his inbox and sees a million messages in his email inbox.
That's true.
And is in a panic.
That's true.
Well, yes, I understand that. We've all been in that position.
That's true.
Now, the question is, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to use it as motivation or excuse?
That's true.
The question. The eyes of the all that is are upon you. And I'm cheering you on.
That's true. I hope you
I hope you
pull
pull
it
it
out.
together.
That's true.
Now is the time.